Hi, welcome to my channel, Organize with Joy. I'm Joy and I want to inspire you to get organized. And if you follow my channel, you might notice that I'm not at home. I'm someplace different. So today I'm going to be tackling my friend's pantry. So she has 5 kids. Not only 5 kids, but 5 boys. And so that's a lot of mouths to feed, and this is a small pantry, so let's see what we can do today. And here, as usual, I just wanted to give you some really good shots of what the pantry looked like before I tackled this space. She had sent me some pictures and we spoke a little bit about what I was going to do in here, but I was very pleased with all the organization tools she already had on hand in this pantry. It was just a matter of rearranging things and grouping like things together.
For a second, close your eyes. Baby, do your best to concentrate.
I always like to start a project like this by removing everything from the space. That way I can be sure to give the space a really good deep clean, and then in addition to that, it's easier to categorize everything when I have it out in the open.
I had my hands deep in the pockets of my blue jeans. I said you could be my Mel and I will be your James Dean. Well, I knew that you could fix my soul. I wanna waste a while with you, baby, in the living room. I'm never gonna sleep again. You lovely creature washing over me like rain, slowly draining all the black out of my veins until my eyes shine gold as the morning. I was loved by a woman. I remember summer days, driving down to Dallas in a summer haze. Sugar, I was up when you walked off the plane, standing like an angel with your suitcase, and all I wanted was to be your guardian. I wanna waste a while with you, baby, in the living room. I'm never gonna sleep again. You lovely creature washing over me like rain, slowly draining all the black out of my veins.
Like I mentioned, I just like to give everything a really good clean while everything's removed from the space. And here I was actually just using her product that she had on hand. She happens to use the same cleaning product as me, which is an all-purpose Mrs. Meyer's cleaning spray.
I wanna waste a while with you. 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 Wanna waste a while with you. I wanna waste a while with you.
I really liked this 3-tiered wire rack she had. It worked really well to store their onions, and as you can see here, I'm putting a plastic lid underneath the onions. I thought that that would be a good way for the peels to not fall down to the bottom of the pantry.
To change things.
And here I'm just categorizing all the canned foods. That way I can make one row for each type of canned food that they have in their pantry. And here I'm just going through all of their bulk spices. I'm going to take them out and see how I can organize them in their pantry. This is the basket that held their bulk spices, and you'll see me here arrange and rearrange all their spices. They do use a lot of spices to cook with, so there were different solutions that I had to all their spices, which I'll show you here soon.
Still don't know what he did. I wash my hands on it. Nobody ever come too close to knowing all the things.
As I watch the footage back, I feel like my systems may seem a little bit chaotic, but it just helps my brain to get things put back together. So for now, I'm putting all of these spices back on the spice rack, and then I will figure out how I want to rearrange them in the future.
As long as you know someone won't touch you, so the rest of you can follow.
I went ahead and included all the footage of me arranging and rearranging things. That's just kind of the process that I use to organize spaces. I know everybody has like a different way that they like to organize, and for me, I just kind of do it by trial and error. I like to categorize everything first, and then I just try to see where things fit by trial and error. I really liked this storage container on the back of her door. I think it's technically a shoe rack, but I thought it was a creative way to use that space. But I decided with the amount of spices that they had to use this to house the bigger spices. That way it didn't take up so much space on their shelves, as there's pretty limited space on their shelves in their pantry. One of my favorite things to do while organizing a space, and especially pantries, is to use baskets to house like items. And in a pantry, it almost acts as like a drawer in your pantry. So you just pull it out and then you can grab whatever you need. And here you'll see that I'm struggling to figure out what to do because this basket didn't really fit. So I had to come up with a different plan. And I figured out that it would work to put the extra oils that are backup oils kind of along the side there, the taller ones, and don't include those in the basket.
No need to be afraid. We're gonna be okay. Our hope will never die. Here in the dark we shine. We'll make it through the night. Keep reaching for the light. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this. I'd be lying if I said I still believed our lives will get back to.
Again, I just like to start putting things away. It just helps me to figure out where things might fit, and it gets things off the counters and off the table, out of your workspace as you get each basket organized. And so I will continue rearranging things until I find the setup that I think works best for their family. Also, I forgot to mention, I don't know if you saw my pantry makeover, but I actually purchased new bins for my pantry, and so I had these plastic bins on hand, which I then passed along to my friend, and she was really grateful for it. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you watching my video today. My name is Joy, and I'm a professional organizer in the Austin, Texas area. And honestly, I have not been back into homes to organize people's spaces since everything happened with COVID in March. So this is the first time I'm organizing someone else's space, and it was truly good to be back organizing my friend's space here. If you are new to my channel, I would love for you to consider subscribing and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video that I post. I post twice a week on Tuesday and Friday mornings.
Put down the knife. You say it's not time yet. Instead, let's go walking outside. Don't give up.
They had quite a few cans in their pantry, and basically it was just like there was mainly 4 different types of canned foods, and so I lined each one up, and then all the extras I put in the very top back behind some other items so that they can replenish it when it gets low. And here again, I'm just doing some trial and error. I'm trying to figure out what is the best way to organize all of their spices in their pantry.
My skin still looks see-through, and I feel.
And I think at this point I was mentioning to my friend, this is always the hardest part, the very last stretch of organizing a space, because you're getting down to the nitty-gritty and trying to make sure everything will fit in the end.
Say in that treehouse that all I had wrong was the day. Don't give up. Don't you quit on me. Oh, don't give up. Don't you quit on me. And if hope keeps you young and wild, well, then if you please, I'd like to die as a child. Don't give up.
And here you'll see me arranging and rearranging these spices to try to see the most efficient way that they'll fit back in the pantry. And you'll see in the end, I end up using those bins there that she already had. And she had them labeled, I think it was A through F and G through Z spices. And I asked her if that worked well, and she said, for the most part, it did work pretty well. So in the end, I decided to just go ahead and stick with that organization system that she already had in place and that was sufficiently working for her. I like to show this process of trial and error just to show you that it doesn't always work out perfectly the first time, and it really is just a matter of arranging and rearranging things to try to see what fits best and what works is most efficient.
Waited so long for you to become all mine. And I won't give up till I have all your love.
Another thing to consider when you're organizing a space is how you use that space. And I had categorized a basket of baking items like flour and sugar, etc. And I had that kind of on a lower level, more eye level. It was a pretty heavy basket since it had heavy items in it, but she told me she very rarely bakes, and so she thought it would be best to have that basket on the very top shelf, and she could just get a stool to get it down when she did want to bake. And she liked the idea of everything being together and just being able to pull that basket down when she was ready to bake. And here in a minute, you'll see her 5-year-old come in the scene a little bit. And during the last portion of me being here, he was quite the entertainment for me, telling me all kinds of stories. I can always count on him to be entertained whenever I get together with my friend and her kids. And no organizing project would be complete without labels. So of course I brought my trusty embossing label maker over with me, and I had some tags left over from when I was using these baskets. And so I went ahead and put on the finishing touches and added some labels to her baskets. That way she knows where everything is.
I'm a slave in the darkness, alone in my apartment. I should have seen the warning sign. Money don't come easy, so most of us are chained to being busy till we can earn a little piece of my mind. What does it mean to be free, in this American dream? Oh, life is more than what we've been told it's supposed to be. Oh, Still repeating our histories, even with a warning sign. Please, please help me out. Frustrated, this is the selfish world that we.
And here I just wanted to give you a reminder shot of what her pantry looked like when I started this project.
Let me be. La la let. La la let me be. La la let. La la let me be free. La la let. La la let me be. La la let. La la let me be.
And here is what it looked like afterwards, and I was really pleased with the results of how everything turned out, and she was too. She has texted me several times just raving about how much she loves this pantry makeover, so I was so happy to be able to do this for her. She is such a good friend to me and is totally deserving of having this done. Well, thank you for watching my video today. I hope this gave you some inspiration to clean up a space in your home, maybe even tackling your pantry sometime soon. If you're new to my channel or you just haven't hit subscribe yet, I would love for you to consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks and have a great day. See you next time.
La